in history.
This is a plan that took months and weeks of positioning and preparation so that we could be ready when the President of the United States called.
The U.S. jumping into a conflict that's been boiling over for weeks. The operation carried out in complete secrecy, unfolding as many across our country slept. Beginning at 12:01 a.m. Saturday morning, B-2 bombers took flight from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, two of them heading west towards Guam, those with trackable movements. This was a decoy.
The world was tracking these two bombers headed to Guam without realizing that secretly 7 bombers were headed eastbound.
Those with transponders turned off and minimal radio communications, launching a short time later, headed towards Iran. The 18-hour flight to Iran, including multiple mid-air refuelings and in-air support.
The B-2s linked up with escort and support aircraft in a complex, tightly timed maneuver requiring exact synchronization across multiple platforms in a narrow piece of airspace, all done with minimal communications.
There were fighter escorts out in front of those bombers, and pilots and the crews in those bombers and fighters had never worked together before. They were coming from different bases. It was nighttime, which is always more of a challenge.
Approximately 5 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday, a U.S. submarine launching 24 Tomahawk land cruise missiles at key surface infrastructure targets for nuclear facility Isfahan. By 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time, the 25-minute mission inside Iran's airspace activating. U.S. fighter jets sweeping in to protect the B-2 bombers from possible enemy missiles and warplanes. The B-2s dropping 30,000-pound massive ordnance penetrator weapons, also known as MLPs or bunker busters, onto Iran's most complex nuclear enrichment facility, Fordo. Experts say it's carved at least 300 feet below the surface of a stone mountain and reinforced with concrete.
The one at Fordo is noteworthy because this is the one that the Iranians have really wanted to protect the most. But what you've got is this 30,000-pound bomb, and it has a delayed fuse, and then at that point it explodes. We're talking maybe 5,000 pounds of explosives. And the whole concept here is to collapse this underground facility.
It was the first time ever those MOP bombs had been used in a strike.
The remaining bombers then hit their targets as well, with a total of 14 MOPs dropped against 2 nuclear target areas.
A senior administration official telling ABC the president giving the final order to strike on Saturday, while the planes were in the air and after diplomatic efforts failed.
It was a decision by President Trump on his own after, I think, probably a lot of lobbying from Prime Minister Netanyahu.
Now, there you go, guys. Step by step, the strategic decisions of our president, Donald J. Trump, is going to lead us to success. This man operates on a common sense principle. So it only makes sense that we be strategic in our strike and our strikes be strategic. That only makes sense. That's what he did. It was a successful mission. And I know all the opponents, all the opposition is declaring that there's no proof. There's no proof that this mission was a success. You even have the Iranian government stating, you even have the Iranian government stating that we've been moved our nuclear facility, blasey, skippy, woo, all the garbage. But if you guys actually moved the nuclear facility, then why did you guys find it necessary to retaliate? And not only that, after your failed retaliation attempt, why did you guys find it necessary to enter into a ceasefire agreement with Israel? If our president, if the United States of America missed their target, why are you guys so capitulant now? You guys was kill America just last week. Now over the weekend, now you guys are capitulating. Kind of indicates to me a successful mission. Now, I'm not saying that this deters Iran from its nuclear ambitions, but I tell you what, in the foreseeable future it does, because obviously now they're eager to get back to the negotiation table, and all thanks and all praise due to our great and wonderful president, Donald J. Trump. Being decisive, being bold, having the balls to do what no other president has done. Every other president has always outlined the threat of Iran. Only one have took action. And it's sad to see, and it's sad to say. And then you have all these opponents, all these Vic Democrats. Now you want to question the legitimacy or the effectiveness of the strike when you guys didn't even have the balls to attempt to strike. Shame on you. And everybody is aware that Iran poses a threat to America and global security. So this ain't no time for velvet gloves. This is a time for the Iron Duke. And thanks to our allies in Israel who cleared the way for our B-2 bombers to drop their payload, to send back to the Arcadian ages Iran's nuclear ambitions. And thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for having the balls and doing what it takes and being decisive enough to protect your country, to protect our country. But it doesn't matter what President Trump does. Trump derangement system has everybody acting anti-American. Like, it's absolutely crazy. And if you don't believe me, man, y'all, check this out.
See some of the first images of the aftermath of those U.S. strikes.
We don't know whether those halls where the centrifuges were enriching uranium, whether they were collapsed or whether they're still in service. So it looks like a lot of damage was done, but we...
See, this is my point. Like, you have 3 big holes in the ground, yet you have these liberal losers still questioning whether or not we were successful. If we didn't affect their nuclear ambitions, why would they be committing to a ceasefire? Like, it's pretty obvious, but let's continue, yeah.
Really can't know for sure until people get on the ground.
To see some of the first images.
Now, do you see the images? Do you see the hole? Now, you got to remind you, these are satellite images, y'all. Those are craters. Those are craters. Like, and I'm sure they go deep. So I'm quite sure whatever was buried in that mountain is officially destroyed. And if what was buried in that mountain is Iran nuclear enrichment program, then it's fair to say that it's destroyed. And if it's not destroyed, it's damn sure crippled. So which buys America time to go back to the negotiating table, to become more diplomatic, and to let Iran know, like, man, we not playing with you, man. This is not Obama. This is not Bush. This is not Clinton. This is not none of these liberal losers just running America's government now. These are serious-minded people who's putting America first. So you're not going to threaten America. And I know that everybody screams that peace is with strength. I beg to differ. I don't think strength guarantees peace. I think you can be a sucker type who avoid conflict and achieve peace. But that's not our president's ambition. His ambition is not to just achieve peace in these United States of America. He also have another goal of achieving prosperity in these United States of America. Now that needs to be protected via force. Because damn sure, everybody might not come after your peace, but I can damn sure guarantee that everybody coming after your prosperity. I mean, we've been the envy of every country's eyes for decades, for generations, y'all. Like, these people hate our freedom. These people hate liberty. These people hate a government that is governed by the people, for the people. They hate this. They're autocratic. They're tyrannical. They don't want to see nothing that resembles freedom because we're the shining light of freedom. So it works to their agenda to try to destroy us. And why would we sit back and allow that to even become a possibility, let alone a probability? We don't even want this to become a possibility. So all thanks and praise is due to our great president, Donald J. Trump, for ensuring the safety and security of the Americas and the American people for the foreseeable future. This is a good thing. You shouldn't be, these Vic Democrats shouldn't be questioning the success. You should be looking for a reason to join in this glorious moment. You should be backing the president for this decisive, bold move. If there was ever a cause, ever reason for the United States of America to unify, it is now. There's never been a person in America, whether you're Democrat or Republican or in the middle or independent or whatever party you belong to. If you're an American, there is no time that you've been alive where you didn't consider Iran a threat. I mean, they fund and find all these extreme terrorist groups. They're the linchpin to all the commotion that's happening in the Middle East. So why wouldn't we want these people back at the negotiating table with the negotiating odds in our favor? Like, we don't even have to discuss your nuclear capacity anymore. Now we're not going to discuss what you can do to us. We're not giving you no power in the negotiation. We're taking away all your leverage and we're coming back to the table with you. So now you can act like you got sense. Like, stop your nuclear program because we don't trust you to do right by it. We think you're going to initiate World War III. So we're going to not allow it to happen, man. And we have the capacity and the capabilities to destroy any nuclear ambitions you guys have, as shown over this past weekend. And for the life of me, man, I can't understand, man, why America's not cheering this. Like, it's crazy, man. All this fear mongering, all this fake propaganda, all these legacy media narratives that's being broadcast all over these great states of America, man, in opposition to our great president for securing our safety for the foreseeable future. Like, come on, y'all. Like, man, this has to stop. This has to stop. But y'all know me, man. I can go on all day, man, talking about these Vic Democrats and their liberal losing ways and how they so anti-American, how they so demonic in their delusion, suffering from Trump derangement. So, you know, I can go all day, every day about them. Matter of fact, that's probably what I do anyway, because they are so devastating, so disastrous for America that there's nowhere in the world that we shouldn't be having a conversation about this. Like, it's absolutely absurd that we're not having a conversation about that. This was a successful mission. And by all indicators, it was proven to be successful. You have Iran and Israel now in a ceasefire due to these bombings. There's nowhere in the world, if we was entering World War III, would we be at negotiating tables, negotiating ceasefires and peace talks. So will you liberal losers, please stop the fear mongering. Please stop telling the American public that we're in World War III. We're not in World War III. These people are ants. They are small things to a giant. We just had to remind them of that. This is what America might is. This is what America is. We're the shining example of all things God endowed. Freedom, liberty, justice, aspiration, greatness, individual capacity. These are God-endowed traits, and we're the representative of that globally. All the rest of you guys are termites. And it's about time that Americans start taking pride in what we have achieved and what we have accomplished, especially my black Americans. You have helped in the production of this great society. Why won't you take part? Why won't you take credit? Why won't you take account? It's sad, but it's real. Like, it don't make no sense for us to contribute so much to America and be the most anti-American voice givers in the world. We're going to have to decide either this is our country too or it's not. And if you decide that it's not, we please ask you to get the hell out. Please get the hell out, because we're busy fixing what's wrong with America, because we're going to continue being a beacon of hope, a beacon of dreams, and a beacon of freedom for the world. That's what America is. That's what the Constitution is. That's what it is. And that's what it's going to stay. And I hope Iran and any other potential threat to America's freedoms, I hope that this strike informed you that we are of absolutely no tolerance. We're not making enemies, but we're not tolerating no disrespect or no threats. We're not tolerating none of that. And that's what this strike did. Like it or love it, you're going to be freer because of it. You're going to be safer because of it. You can do all your virtue signaling, all your crying. You can hit us with all the Trump derangement syndrome, how Trump's a dictator, how he's a fascist, how he completely just ignored Congress before he committed an act of war. Like, this is absurd. Like, people have been strategically striking threats in America. There's never been a president who have not got information of a threat to America's security and hasn't initiated a strike without receiving congressional approval. A congressional is only there sent to consult and advise, not to approve either. So all you congressional constitutionalists, read the Constitution. Consult and advise. You don't dictate. You don't determine. We're doing you the courtesy of saying we finna F something up. Be appreciative. And you guys need to be on the side of America, because there's no doubt about it that our President Donald Trump is all American all the time. And y'all really need to get aboard. Like, it don't even make no sense, man. Like, after this video, I'm finna make another video, because you got Jasmine Crockett, you got AOC, you got Al Green, you got all these Vic Democrats, you got all these liberal losers. Just now they want to impeach. Now they calling Donald Trump actions unconstitutional, and all this crap they're kicking around about. I mean, they can't even celebrate a success, man. It's ridiculous, man. And if y'all ain't seen that video, y'all, it's going to be coming up after this one, man. So please click on it and please watch it, because you're going to be absolutely 100% astounded by the level of anti-Americanism that these people display. Like, they hate our country. They hate us to be successful. Like I don't understand that. I don't even understand. We give them the benefit. We give them the privilege to hate us, and they hate the privilege. They grants them the privilege. Man, it's so backwards, so distorted, so disillusional, so deranged. This is why we call it Trump derangement system. But y'all, either way, man, I digress. I just wanted to show y'all that, man, because there's been a lot of stuff on my feed, man, talking about questioning the success of the missions, man, questioning the morality of it and all this crap, man. So I just had to make a vlog, man, and outline, man, the narrative, how successful the mission was, just to show you, man, how Commander-in-Chief, man, and how a Defense Secretary, Pete Hanzik, and how a General, Lieutenant General Kane, how we take care of business. America is back in the business of taking care of business. And I wish all you anti-American hating Americans, you anti-American Americans, I hope all y'all get aboard and realize, man, that this is for the benefit of all of us who resides in these great states of America.